right. Hello, everyone. This is Vonda Downs, executive with SendOutCards, and welcome to our holiday training call. I'm very glad all of you guys are with me tonight, and we're going to have some fun. This is November 1st, so right around the corner. Of course, I'm sure everybody feels the way I do. This time of year flies by. October just seemed to be a blink. And now here we are in November, and Thanksgiving's just a few weeks away. And then, of course, right around the corner, Christmas, and some of you celebrate Hanukkah and different holidays during this time of the year. So it's really a very special time, especially in November, of Thanksgiving, and just really taking some time to try to slow down a little bit and think of the things that you're grateful for and think of the people that you're especially grateful for. And so in starting off, I just want to introduce myself to some of you that may not know me. So I have a picture up here of my family. So I'm the one in the middle. I love this picture because I'm surrounded by my closest loved ones here, my immediate family. And so there's my husband, Don. He's a physician assistant. He also works with me in the SendOutCards business. And then to the left there is our son, Caleb. He's in China. He's at school with CSU, but he's doing some study abroad right now and gets back in January. And then we have Marin over to the right, who is our high schooler. She's a sophomore at Frederick High School. And then Lindsay in the middle, and she is in first grade, 6-year-old. And she's actually in an international language school, so she's learning English and Mandarin right now in her school, and that's been a lot of fun for us. So I like to just share a little bit about myself in our call so that you get a chance to know me. I started with the SendOutCards business back in January of 2005 and initially got started with the business to use it. I, at the time, worked for a software company, and I immediately saw the value of using SendOutCards to send out thank you cards to clients. Also, my husband and I have friends and family all over the United States, and so I saw the value of being able to remember birthdays for friends and family and send gifts. And so we just loved the system, used it for a year and a half, recommended it to friends and family as we went. And what happened was it more than paid for itself because you can recommend it to your friends and family, and you get a commission on all the cards and gifts that they send out. And we told them about it. Honestly, we would have told them about it whether you got paid or not. But we did get paid for sharing it with people that we wanted to let them know about it. And so then after about a year and a half of using it, I just got really laser focused, decided to really treat it like a business. And in doing so, within a few months, was able to get my income up to the point where I could resign from my corporate job, which I did in September of 2006. And so I've just been working with SendOutCards full-time since then, and it gives me a lot of freedom in my life because it's my own home-based business. So if you're interested in that side of our business, please feel free to talk to the person that invited you to the call. Also, get my phone number and email. I'd be happy to talk with any of you and answer your questions if you would like to make money from home and bring in some extra income. This call, though, is going to be actually about how to create a holiday card. We're going to actually focus on Thanksgiving because that's coming up really quickly. But you can also use the same tips to create a Christmas card if you want to send something out beginning of December, or you want to do a Happy New Year's card. And you can actually even use the things that I'm going to show you tonight to create an individual card that you want to, do something personal and special for a friend or family member or a client. So if you're on the computer part of our call, you will see right now my main menu of my SendOutCards account. So this is an online system where you can log in with your username and password, and you can get into your account from any internet connection. And so it's very convenient. So now I'm here inside my account, and I want to point out to you, if you're fairly new to SendOutCards, I want to point out under Help, there is a tutorial section. And when you click on tutorials, you're going to see a short video, a website overview here. And if you scroll down, you'll see more tutorials. And these are all short little videos on how to use the SendOutCards system. What we're going to cover tonight on the call, how to create and send a campaign. So you can have the things that we talk about tonight, a review of those things, just by watching this short little video. Also, we're going to be covering how to use Picture Plus 2.0. That's about a 7-minute video. I believe the campaign is a 5-minute video. So you can find short little videos to answer questions when you need those as you're using the system right under Help and then Tutorials. So back to main menu. So we're going to go into the card category. Along the red toolbar here you'll see different words. If you put your cursor on one, it will bring up usually a menu of options. So underneath cards you can click on create a card, card history, which you can see what cards you've sent out, and then a campaign, which we're going to talk about a little bit later in the call. So first we're going to create our custom card that we want to send out for Thanksgiving. So I'm just going to click on cards. It's going to take me right into my card catalog. Now this is a greeting card store right here at my fingertips. I never have to get in my car and drive to a store to get a greeting card or gift because I can send them right here from my website. I'm going to create a custom card, which we call a Picture Plus card. Now I could go into any category along the left, and there's lots of categories to choose from, as you can see, and 15,000 cards to choose from. And I could go to holidays, and I could choose Thanksgiving, and I could choose from hundreds of Thanksgiving cards here. So if I wanted to just use one of these Thanksgiving cards and then customize the inside, I could absolutely do that. And you'll see there's lots of different types of cards. And if you click on a card, it makes it larger. This one says, this Thanksgiving, don't forget to share the wealth. And there's the little puppy dog waiting for just something off of that table, which I had a puppy dog doing that tonight at dinner. Now you can choose this card and make it into a postcard, a 2-panel card, a 3-panel card, or even a big card, an 8x11 card. You can also click Add to Favorites and create a favorite category in the system. But what we're going to do tonight is we're actually going to design the front of the card. So if you choose to do that, you would click Create a Picture Plus card. It's right up here on the top left of all your categories, right up at the top left of your screen.
Thank you, Taylor, for noticing that. You see down here, Sadie Mae.
So I'm going to click that, and then you can notice that you can make any of the cards, and you can have it be horizontal or vertical. And I'm going to go ahead and choose a vertical card right here. I mean a horizontal card, a greeting card, 2-panel. When I click it, it just opens up that card. And then there's some really fun things that you can do. Over here on the left, you're going to see templates and elements. And there are lots of different styles to create lots of different types of cards. So as you choose a category, you'll see some designs here. Like here's like baby designs. If you have a friend having a baby, you can click and drag one of the designs over. All I did was click and drag and drop, and it says happiness is a smiling baby. Then you could upload a picture of their new baby and click and drag it over and drop it right into that spot. And now you've just created a beautiful customized card for your friend who just had a new baby. So there's lots of ideas and creative things that you can do with the system, and it's very simple. So I'm going to go to, and you'll notice all the different categories along here. You can explore and have some fun with those. There's fall, which is a good one for this time of year. But I am going to go, there's Halloween, season's greetings. You'll see lots of different options as we scroll through. And the one I'm going to use, I'm pretty sure, was in autumn afternoon. So I can click and drag over, and this is the card that I'm going to use for my Thanksgiving card. And then I can go over to pictures, and if you want to upload your pictures, you just click the button that says upload more pictures. It opens up a box where you click browse. And if you're familiar with uploading pictures from, into Facebook, or if you're familiar with uploading pictures into any program, it's really pretty much just the same. You go to your photos, you click the pictures that you want, and then click open. I'm not going to bring more in right now, but that's how that works. I'll just say cancel on that for now and close this window out. Now, I'm going to pull in a picture that I already have. Once you've uploaded a picture over here, then you can see the pictures that you've uploaded. So I'm going to scroll down and find the picture that I want on the front of my Thanksgiving card. So I'm going to click and drag it over, and you'll notice it just put it right inside the picture. But I want to zoom it in, so I'm going to click on the picture, and it highlights the picture and gives me a toolbar underneath. So I'm going to zoom it in so you can get a little closer picture there. I can choose the little hand to click and move it around if I want to center it a little bit. And so there's going to be my picture. Now I can choose to add a text box anywhere on the card. So I'm going to click here, Add Blank Text Item. When I do that, it just puts a text box there, and I can use the little blue boxes that are along, you can hopefully see that, to size the text box. So I'm going to put my cursor on a blue box, click, and just scoot it up here to make it thinner. And then when I put my cursor at the top of the box or anywhere near a line, I can then click and drag the text box just like that. So I'm going to choose to put a text box right up here, and I'm going to just type Happy Thanksgiving. Now I can then click and highlight what I just typed. I can make it larger here with the font, choose the font size. I can choose the font type. So right now the default is my handwriting. So you can submit your own handwriting into the system. If you have not done that yet, you can, on your main menu, go over to the Help button that's on the red toolbar and click on Downloads, and you'll see in alphabetical order there will be a handwriting font form, and you can fill that out and mail it back to the company, and they will make a font out of your own handwriting. It's really cool. It costs $25 to do that, and you can purchase that handwriting font under Purchase Products, which you can find also on your main menu, and we'll go look at that in a little bit. But you can add your own handwriting. I'm going to use something, let's see, let's kind of play around a little bit. You can choose from different handwriting fonts, as you can see, and then again I can click and drag. If you want to go back to something you've already put on there but move it around, you will put your cursor on it and it highlights it. So I'm going to click on it now, and you'll see it opens back up the text box. I'm going to scoot it over just a little bit. There you go. So here's my Thanksgiving card. Happy Thanksgiving. Now at the top you're going to see the icons of the card. Here's the front of the card. Here's the inside. So I'm going to click on the inside now because I want to customize the inside. So I'm going to go over to Elements, click on Elements, and then I'm going to scroll down, and I can look for, usually there's the same name. So it's that autumn, afternoon, which we used over in template. So I'm going to click on that, and there's going to be all different types of things that I can use on the inside of my card. So I'm going to take this orange and click and drag it over to the top panel. But I want this to be, I want to turn it. So I'm going to take this little arrow, click and turn, and then I'm going to take my box when it becomes an X like this, click and drag it up to the corner of my card, put my cursor on that blue box to stretch it the panel of the card. Okay? Then on the bottom, I'm going to take this design, which is on the front of the card. If I want to see the front of the card again, I can go back to it by clicking the icon. And I'm going to take this design that's on the front of the card and click and drag it over here to the bottom panel. I'm going to turn it and then put it back up here in the corner, stretch it out with that blue box. And then what I'm going to do down on the bottom is I'm going to take that orange again and drag it over to write my message on. So I'm going to turn it and make the box just big enough to write on. So you can kind of play around and do some different things. Again, that video that I mentioned, the Picture Plus, will show you how to do these things. And once you've done a card, you're pretty much a pro. It's pretty fun to just get creative and do some different things. So I'm going to go ahead and click here to type my message. Then I'm going to bring the box in to make it match my orange. So I'm going to write dear and then space, and then I have a toolbar along the bottom when I'm typing my message. And I'm actually going to change the font to make it a little bit smaller. I'm going to make it 14, and I'm going to make it my handwriting. And I'm going to insert the family's name. Now this is something where you can customize every single card on the inside. I'm going to click Insert Name, and it's going to give me the option to insert the person's first name, first and spouse, last name, or spouse name. I want to insert the last name because I'm going to say Dear Downs Family. So I'm going to put a space after the last name and put family, and then comma, and return. So then I could send this card out to a whole list of friends and family with the click of a button, because it's going to now customize it to each family. Dear Downs family, dear Dabowski family, dear Johnson family. So I like to do that for the whole family. Now I'm going to go ahead and type my message. I actually typed it before the call, so I could just type my message. And now I'm going to put Insert Signature, because we've already put our signatures in there. When I click that, you'll see the different signatures we have available. And I'm going to put Dawn and Bonda, and then I'm going to highlight it, and I'm going to make that bigger. Let's try 22. There you go. So at the top of the card, I'm going to click on that text box, but I'm going to remove it. I'm not going to put a text box on the top. So I just click the Remove button. But there's some really fun things up here. I'm going to take this frame, click it, drag it over, kind of twist it a little bit, put it here, and then I'm going to go and put, there's some other elements down here. I'm going to put Give Thanks, take it and drag it over, and I'm going to size it to fit right inside that frame. So there you go. I'll make that a little bit smaller and size it. Cool. And then I want to put this flower over here, or leaf. Maybe make that a little bit smaller. So there we go. Let's put that there. Maybe make that frame a little bigger. You can play around, get it just the way you like it. There you go. All right, so I just created my Thanksgiving card, and here's the front. Happy Thanksgiving. And here's the inside. Pretty cool, huh? Now I can click Save as Picture Plus Card. Everybody see this button at the top of my card? I'm going to click Save as Picture Plus Card. It's going to pop up a message down here that says this card has been permanently saved and can be found in the card catalog under My Cards. So, great. We're going to now go back to our main menu. And now I'm going to put this, because I want to send this to my family or to my client list, I'm going to put this card into what we call a campaign. So I'm going to go back up to Cards, and you're going to see the first option underneath this Campaign. I'm going to click that, and then it's going to take us into the campaign category here. And the first thing that's going to tell me to do is to create a name or create a new campaign. So I click on that. I'm going to call this Thanksgiving 2012. And here's the return address for the card. That's going to stay the same. Next step is create your card. I'm going to click Create a New Card for this campaign. It tells you to name the card. I usually just leave it Card 1 and click Continue. And now remember, we created that card and it's under My Card. So if you do a Picture Plus card, you can scroll down to My Cards, and you have a Picture Plus category. and you're going to see the card that I just made is saved right here in Picture Plus, and it will always be the first card. You'll see lots of different cards that we've created over the years here in this category. So I'm going to click this card, and it says create a 2-panel card, and that's my only option because that's the way I created it and saved it. So I'm going to go ahead and click create a 2-panel card. You'll see the card exactly the way we created it just a moment ago. But now what I'm doing is that I'm attaching this card to my Thanksgiving 2012 campaign. So I'm going to click continue. Now if I wanted to, I could attach a gift to this campaign. I could put a little box of brownies, or I'll go ahead and show you a couple things. There's seasonal gifts in here too. You could do any type of gift if you wanted to attach it. So here's the holidays, seasonal, and let's just look at Thanksgiving. Let's say you wanted to send everyone a little Thanksgiving gift and you're sending this out to your family. You could choose what you want to send, and there's lots of fun little things. These are little mini harvest pumpkin dishes. The cool thing is if you have a SendOutCards account, you purchase your points and you use your points as credit. If you're a preferred customer or a distributor, your points are 31 cents. So this would basically cost you 31 cents times 12, $3 and something cents. You know, so a nice just little
Tyler, you need to clean up your candy.
gift that doesn't cost too much, and then $5.50 in expense to mail it and package it for you. So you can choose whatever you would like for your gift. Here's some with some candy corn and a little fun candy dish. So you could click, let's say you want this particular one. You choose your gift, click Buy Now, and it adds that to the card. And we're going to click Save Card and go back to Campaigns. So now what we've done is we've just attached that Thanksgiving card. We've put a gift with it. We can go down now to the bottom of the page and click Save Campaign. And once we've done that, we're ready to send it. So now I can go over to my contacts. This has a full contact management system built into it. I can go to Contacts and click on Find Contact. And then I can pull up a list if I want. I have groups in my system already set up. You can name your own groups. And let's say I want to do, this is my Christmas list actually, but let's just go ahead and choose that group. Click Find. And let's say we're going to send, there's 317 in that particular group. I could choose, if I were sending a gift out to more immediate family type people, I could also uncheck anybody I don't want it to go to here. Or I could click Uncheck All and then just scroll through and check off, the people that I want to send the card and gift to, and just literally just check off the people that should get it. And go right back up to the top, and you'll see Send Campaign to Checked. Well, first I have to select it, which is right here. So I'm going to put down click on the down arrow, and you'll notice I have a lot of campaigns, but you'll see the campaigns that you've created all listed out in alphabetical order. I'm going to go down to Thanksgiving 2012. Right there it is. And then as soon as I'm ready to send that campaign, I can click Send Campaign to Checked. When I do that, it's going to pull up a little message that says this will take this many points and this much in expense. And then I just say OK, and then it says your gift is on its way. And it would mail out my card and gift to everyone that I've checked off here on the list. So that's how you create a custom card and send it out to a group of people with one click. That would take you, less than 30 minutes to do, and you could send out a card and a small gift to your whole client list, maybe to your top 50 clients or your top 200 clients, or you could do something more personal for family or friends. So pretty simple process. It's really fun once you get in and start playing around, and you can create the coolest cards. Now, what's really unique about our system, obviously you can create custom cards. If you drive over to the store to buy a card, it's going to be generic. But with our cards, you can create personal cards with your own photos, just like I showed you. I'm going to show you a couple of more ideas and then we'll take some questions. But you can use the custom cards. We have Christmas right around the corner. Whatever holiday you might decide to celebrate, or whatever holiday your family celebrates, I'm going to click on our last year's Christmas card, because this is a 3-panel card. So I'm going to click on Create 3-Panel Card, and you'll see this card is something we sent to friends and family last December. Here's the front of the card, and again, you'll see that I just chose elements from the templates and the elements over here. It's very simple to do. Put Merry Christmas and from the Downs Family 2011. And then on the inside, this is a 3-panel card. I put a picture of each of the kids and a note as to what each of the kids were doing on the inside of the card. So this is 3 panels. And then there's also a flap to customize, and I put that jumping picture and wrote our note on the flap of the card. So that was our Christmas card last year. So as you can see, you can be very creative and do lots of fun things with the system. Also for businesses, let me show you a couple of samples there. All types of businesses we have using the system, from real estate to insurance to plumbing, heating and air conditioning, dentists, medical, Don's his clinic company that he works with, occupational medicine, sent out their holiday cards with our system last year. Just any kind of business that wants to build relationships with their clients. And you can, just a couple of samples, there's a travel agent that did this one and put her logo on there. And the one for Don's clinic, I think, is here on this page too, and it's not jumping out at me at the moment. Oh, there it is. I don't know, I wasn't seeing it. This is so their logo, a picture of one of the clinics, and then on the inside, this is kind of more of a welcome card, and actually sending out their occupational medicine, so it's an introduction card, sending it out to companies that want to use their clinic for their workman's comp. And so there's some of the staff and another picture of another clinic. And so it's a really nice personal card that they're able to mail out. So you can use this for business, you can use it for personal, and it's a very, very impacting tool to use to build relationships. So we're going to head back to main menu, and let me open it up now to see if you guys have any questions or comments before we move on. I'm going to end the call with showing you the different package options. But any questions that you have on what I showed you so far?
This Amber. I have a.
Go ahead, Amber.
I have a question on setting up your contacts when you're sending out a campaign. Do you suggest your contacts be set up like husband and wife or single name, or would you set those up as a separate group? I just ran into last year, because I had all my contacts set up as individuals, that when I was going to send a campaign for Christmas cards, I had to either edit each one of those that was going out to be husband and wife's name, because they were all set up in single name. Would you set that up as like a separate group then?
I do, absolutely. So okay. I will set up my Christmas list is going to have, in fact, I'll just show you a sample. Let's just do the Christmas friends and family. And so I'll have like Doug and Jessica as the first name field. Tim and Sunny. And
then do you have them set up as separate people too? For birthdays and stuff? Okay.
Yep.
Okay, I get
that. So I just, when I first started using it, I had everybody in there separate because I used it for the birthdays, so they would remind me of each birthday. And so I just took the list and exported it, the list that I wanted to do for my Christmas list, and then I put their first names in the first name field and then imported it as my Christmas list. And then that way, if I'm doing a Christmas or a Thanksgiving or a Valentine's or, if anything where I'm doing a mailing and it's going to both of the people, then I will use that list.
Gotcha.
And, and if you only see one name, it's just there's either that's just my relationship, it's just with that person, maybe it's more of a business type of relationship, or they aren't married, possibly.
Right. Okay.
So.
Okay. Gotcha. Thank you. That helps.
Yeah, and then that way I just always have that one list, and I use it over and over and over again when I'm sending it to the family or to both people in the family.
Right. Okay.
Great. And did I hear someone else speaking up with a question?
Hey, Vonda, this is Rose.
Hey, Rose.
Just another take on that. I set up all my contacts as Dawn and Vonda. I always put the couple on that first line as the first name. And then when the birthday comes up, then I just have to look quickly under which it is. Is it Dawn's birthday or Vonda's birthday? And so to me it saves a lot of time if I put both names on the first name right away. So when I come, because I don't know about you, but it hurts my feelings somewhat if I get a Christmas card and it's made out to Taylor and not to Rose and Taylor. So I always want that envelope to come up to the couple and not just the single.
Yeah. Yeah, that's, and instead of having them in there twice like I do, that's a great suggestion that Rose is saying, is to go ahead and just put them in, Dawn and Vonda on the first line, but then put both birthdays in, and then you check and see whose birthday it is when you get the reminder. That's a good idea.
If you're doing an automatic campaign, though, to send out, like with my company, it sends out, if we send out 1,000 cards in a year, and we have it set up to send them a birthday card for a specific month, will the system then know which birthday is attached to who if you have them in there as both names, and then, because then the birthday card would go to both of their names, right?
Right.
That's right. Yeah, if you have it set up that way, you're right.
It'd be better to do it my way if you're going to do it automatic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
We also have a couple of questions here on chat. May we see how to change the font color on Happy Thanksgiving to something like burnt orange or yellow? Todd, you know what? When I saw that, I'm like, I'd like to change that to orange, but I don't think I'll take the time to do it now. So I'm with you. Yes, you can. Also, Don in San Antonio has a question about fonts. Okay, so let me answer the first question first. On the card, let's go back into that Thanksgiving card. We'll go back in to under my card. You'll see it right here. I'm going to click on it, and we're going to click Create Two-Panel Card. So I'm going to go back into the card and click on the front. So Todd is asking, can I change that to like maybe that orange color? Yes, you can. So I'm going to put my cursor on it until it highlights. Now I'm going to click on it. And so I can highlight it and come and click on this little A, this capital A right here on my toolbar. When I do that, I can choose the burnt color here, or I can even click More Colors. And when I put my cursor over here, this will turn it into a dropper, which, I was going to do that orange. I'll go up here and do this orange and click anywhere on the card and see how it matched exactly that color. So now I'm going to say OK because it's a better orange than that orange was. Click OK. And now there's my orange. Do you like that better, Todd? He has a smiley face on the chat. Okay, very good. I love that feature, and yeah, I think that looks a lot better too. So, okay, any other questions that I can answer for you?
You were talking about the fonts. This is Don Brooks. I just had a question about, I noticed you listed several different signature types for your fonts. Each one of those is $25 to get done? I mean, to get put into your, your list?
Actually, for $25, you get one person's complete handwriting. Like you fill out your alphabet, your numbers. There's a form you fill out, and with that font, you have 4 places to add a signature. So you could add, Dawn in one of them. Like, what way do you typically sign a card? For us, I have a Vonda as one of my signatures because I sign cards just my name, Vonda. I have a Vonda Downs, and then I have a Dawn and Vonda. So you can sign 4 different ways.
So you put Dawn in family and blah, blah, okay.
The Downs family. You could do one that just says the Downs family. So you get your whole handwriting and 4 choices of signatures for $25. And you can add more if you want, but you get 4 for the $25.
That answers my question. Thank you.
There you go. Yeah. So let me show you now the different types of packages as we wrap up, and then at the end, if there's any more questions, just jump in. But some of you may be on the call and maybe you don't have an account yet, and after looking at this, you're like, well, that's pretty cool. I would like to get something started. Well, our pricing is the best that you can find anywhere. If you go to the Help button on the toolbar and click Downloads, there's a form under Ways to Get Started that I'm going to just pull up here for you. And you can get started as a customer, or if you think you know other people that also would like to know about this incredible service, you may want to consider a marketing distributor package. So I'll explain the customer packages first. The best options are to become a retail customer or a preferred customer. And remember earlier when I talked about the points, if you are a retail customer, you just start out on $9.80 a month subscription, and that would give you 20 points. That $9.80 gives you 20 points. So your points are breaking down to 49 cents a piece. And so it takes 1 point to send a postcard, 2 to send a 2-panel greeting card, and 3 to do a 3-panel greeting card. If you add pictures and customize the card, it adds 1 point. That is not 1 point per picture. It's just 1 point, and you can add as many pictures and fonts and elements and logos as you want. So it's just 1 point to customize. So, for instance, the Thanksgiving card that we just made, it was a 2-panel card, and I customized it with pictures and elements, so that would be a 3-point card. If you are a retail customer, that's breaking it down to $1.47 a card, and then just add your stamp, which is 45 cents when you mail it in the system. So $1.47 for a custom card is just an amazing price. However, you can get an even better price if you go with a preferred customer. For $31 a month, you get 100 points to use, and your points are only 31 cents. So that would make our Thanksgiving card 93 cents instead of the $1.43. So you definitely can send out a lot more for your money if you're a preferred customer. And the points also send out the gifts. So your gifts are also 35% less if you're a preferred customer. Now here's the cool thing about our subscriptions. There's no contract. You literally could sign up, try it for 2 to 3 months, however long you want. Use it as you go through the holidays. And if you don't think that you're going to continue using it, you can go off of the subscription anytime. And whatever you purchased would still be in your account for a whole year to use up if you didn't use it all up at Christmas. And the other thing is that there's no contract and your points bank and roll. So let's say you want to get the best value and do the $31 a month. And right now, because of the holidays, maybe you're going to do a Christmas card, let's say. And so you're not going to use the $31 for November. Maybe you are going to send out a few Thanksgiving cards, maybe a couple of gifts. If you send out gifts, then you might end up using your 31 for gifts. But let's say you had some left over at the end of November. Your balance banks and rolls to December, and it continues to do that for 12 months. So you're always banking and rolling your points, and you can use them as you need them as you go through the year. So, you might spend $30 on a gift that you're sending to your nephew for his birthday or your sister or Mother's Day. So in the course of a year, I have no problem spending the $31 a month. If I weren't doing it through SendOutCards, I'd be having to drive to the store and buy gifts and then drive to the post office and get it mailed, and it would just cost me more money and more time. So choose whichever one you think you would use as you go through the year, and you can get started and try it out. Now, on the back of every card that you mail out, now just imagine receiving that really cool Thanksgiving card that took me a few minutes to put together. and you're like friends of ours, and you're saying, how cool, that's the neatest Thanksgiving card. How did she do that? And have you ever gotten a card and you turn it over to the back to see who did the card? I do. Turn it over to the back to see, where'd they buy that? I've never seen a card like that. You turn it over to the back of the card, and there's a website address. That website, if I'm a marketing distributor, is my website, my SendOutCards site. SendOutCards gives me 4 different websites to market our system with. So anytime someone says, hey, that was a really cool card, how did you do it? It's like, oh, here, go to this website. And they can send out one of my cards, so free to them, and try it out. And if you are talking, *6 so that you can mute yourself. Thanks. So they'll see your website on the back of the card, and sometimes just go and put in the website and check it out. Anyone who orders anything from your site, you then would get a commission on all of the cards and gifts that they send out for the rest of their life. So think about it. I mean, just your friends and family that could use this for the convenience and saving time and money, think about what that income could actually become, because you make a percentage of what they're sending out on a month-to-month basis. They share it with their friends and family, and you make a percentage of that. In fact, our plan starts out at 7 levels, and then actually as you promote, it goes unlimited depth. And so you're getting a percentage of the people sending out, a percentage of what the people are spending on cards and gifts on a monthly basis. And when you think about our buying habits, I mean, think for a moment about how we, order books or gifts or, movies. The Internet has really changed our buying habits. If I need a book, I've heard of a book, I've had several recommended to me lately. I don't drive to a bookstore. I go on to Amazon.com, order it. It shows up in my house in a couple of days. And most of us have computers in our home, and we purchase things that way all the time. So if we could just show people how to save time and money, the price of our cards is 1/3 at least the price of what you'd spend at the store. And, if you have a preferred customer, it's more like 1/4 or 1/5 of what you'd spend at the store. So our cards are a better price, they're more personal, and it saves you time. It's more convenient. So if you are looking for a home-based business, as I started out in the beginning, this is a great one because a lot of home-based businesses, you don't necessarily find the price being better. But this one, the price is better, more convenient, saves you time and money. And guess what? Side benefit, it helps you become a more giving person, because now when you think about that person that you want to send the card to, you don't just think about it, you actually do it because it's convenient and you can do it within a couple of minutes. So we really just teach people to celebrate the lives of those that you love, say thank you, say happy birthday, say happy Thanksgiving, and Merry Christmas, and you can do it easily and very personally with our system. So to be a marketing distributor, I mentioned that you get 4 websites because, if you just become a distributor but you don't have a way to show someone how it works, then you're not going to be as successful. So the company gives you 4 different websites to help you promote, and we've just shown you one of the websites, the one that does the cards. There are other websites that you can order custom gifts off of, and of course you make a percentage of all the gifts mailed off of that site as well. And then a couple other sites that are marketing sites that have videos to show people how it works. And so you get those 4 websites in your name. So all that you have to do is then use those websites to show people the system. So it's $395, and that includes the websites for you, the hosting. There's no hosting fee. That gives you everything that you need, and that $395 is a one-time. It's not a yearly. It's a one-time, and then you're a marketing distributor and can promote your business through those websites forever. There's a $59 annual renewal that just pays for the admin, the website hosting, and anything else taken care of through the company. You have a whole customer service department, marketing department that helps you as well. So that is how you would become a distributor with our company, and then you can share it with others. You can even invite them to our calls, and they can learn about it by getting on our calls. Tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock I'm doing an overview. It actually will be more a basic webinar on how to send a card and how to build a SendOutCards business from home. So if you'd like to join us for that, you probably got the invite in the email that you received. If not, if you would like to communicate with me in any way, my email address is vondadowns@sendoutcards.com. vondadowns@sendoutcards.com. And before I end the call, I'm going to check the chat one more time. And anybody else have a question before we wrap up? Okay, those questions that we already answered that I just saw there. Okay, no more questions from you guys? All righty, well, thank you so much for joining the call. I will send out this email, an email with the recording. So if you found this helpful and you'd like to share it with a friend or another distributor or a customer who would like to create a custom card, then I will send you the recording and they can listen to the recording and get the same information. So thanks so much for joining me tonight, you guys. Let me know if there's anything else I can help you with. Have a great evening.